Okay, good morning, guys. So yesterday was a pretty messed up day, up, down, up, right? A lot of things, and the rallies that you guys saw yesterday in between, which happened. The 2 o'clock rallies recently, if you guys have paid attention, in the last a lot of these days, right? In the last 2 3 weeks, we got a lot of rallies that start around 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2:30, right? And then they don't last after 3 o'clock, right? I mean, those are put covering rallies, right? Or short coverings, and then they fade them quickly, all right? And that's not good. If those rallies held and we kept going up, then the market would be in a lot better place, all right? Now, some numbers that I have here or levels for SPX. One thing that you guys want to pay attention to is if you guys read the gamma reports, if you guys read their levels, and you want to compare them going back 1 month, how the call wall and put wall keeps changing every few days. It comes down consistently, right? So that we're down, up, like in a nice little bumpy road to the downside. All right, and now the put wall has come to 4,200 from 4,300. It has shifted lower, and then eventually from 4,200, maybe it goes to 4,100, maybe 4,000, maybe 3,800 in the coming weeks. It might not happen this week. It might not happen this month. Maybe in March, maybe in April. I have no idea. All right, but for now on SPX, we're clearly at a very strong support level, right? You guys see these 4 or 5 wicks, they tried breaking it, they took it back up. On the first attempt, it's not going to break down, obviously. Now, I'm not bearish, I'm not bullish, I just play what the market gives me, right? And on SPX right now, this middle number levels right now will act as support and resistance. The market is nice and green today. We're opening up green, right? There haven't been any major headlines from Russia, Ukraine. And you guys need to understand this Russia-Ukraine is just adding fuel to what the market is going to do. Even if this Russia-Ukraine was not part of, if nothing was happening there, this market would have done this regardless. Maybe the moves may have been a little different, but this would have been done no matter what. All right. So just know these things. Don't think that it's just Russia and Ukraine. Nope. Yes, they're playing a little factor in it, but this was going to happen regardless whether anything happened there or not. This has to do a lot with the credit sector, rates and whatnot. All right, and to the upside, SPX 4400. The 4400 is is possible on SPX to the upside. The question is, do you become a bull at 4400, or do you, are you going to be realistic with the market and 4400? You're going to take profits on your longs if you're playing calls and then wait for the market. 4400, there's a good chance they might take the market all the way towards 4400. Do we hold 4400 is the entire question. All right, so 4400 will be around this level right here, which is very possible. They can take the market green right around here, and then maybe build a bear flag in the coming days. We might flush, or if 4400 is held, then obviously we can see all the way towards 4450 and then 4500. And our volatility trigger is 4520. So if we hold above 4520, then maybe we can see a bigger upside to the upside where SPX will take over the 20 MA and then continue higher towards 4600, 4700. All right, then this can be a double bottom. But for now, there's no idea. It's not clear. We had a big move all the way from 4500 towards 4300 in the last 4 days. All right, now we can even go up 100 points. So the market is green today, but don't make your long positions. When I say long, few weeks out or a few months out based on this move. This is a scalper's market, and in scalping, when you catch the momentum, sometimes I just want to talk about this quickly. Sometimes in scalping, when you catch the momentum, you can make a lot of money. All right, Mamba mentality, Yash, Bucky, we have a lot of great traders in our room, and some of you guys are quiet, but when the scalping momentum is caught, you make a lot of money. So what do I mean by that? Some of you guys, when you guys look at some gains that people post in the room, I've been through this many times in my life. T's been through humongous in his life through these things. Dr. Love on daily basis, right? And many of you guys. Now let's say if you start an account with just an example, $20,000, right? And you have no other positions, you're only scalping. Let's say you're putting $2,000 per position, and you get onto this hot streak, you start hitting these scalps, right? This 2,000 will eventually turn into 3,000, and now that your account's at 21K, your confidence level is built up. There's a lot of psychology behind this, right? You're not scared to take trades. Now you'll even go with maybe $3,000 into a position, right? And maybe make another 2K off scalps like fast in the next 1 hour. And now your account stands at 25K or 24,000, whatever. But with this extra 5,000, now you double your position. And when you get on this streak, this account can go to 100K so fast in scalps that you guys have no idea, right? The only question is, when does it stop or how long does it go for? right? So when you see other people making gains on scalp, that's their risk tolerance. They're hitting the trades, they're on a hot streak, they're playing on the levels, they're focused, and they just happen to catch the entire momentum, right? So some of you guys might be feeling bad in the sense that how can one person make so much money, but that's his risk tolerance, right? I mean, so they did it, we're happy for them. And if you're struggling with your account, that's fine, it's part of the market, right? For them it wasn't easy also, they've been in the market for a long time, they paid their tuition fees, trust me, they have, right? And it comes with it. So scalping, when you catch the momentum, the account flies, there's no doubt, all right? So in this market, if you want to start scalping, you can start small. You don't have to go big. If you have a 20K cash, you can scalp with 500 bucks. And from $500, even if you can lock in $100 gains and you're very disciplined with your stop losses, those gains will add in quick and your account can grow. But yes, it will be stressful. You will have to watch the 1 minute, 5 minute candles, and you will have to focus and you will have to act really fast, all right? And block out the noise, and you can scalp all day. And we have one of the best scalpers I think in the market on our voice chat every day, and we do it live, right? So pay attention to that. And some charts that I'll go over. Amazon, gave us a nice little move down yesterday, and then it closed indecisive. And today it's opening up green. The question is, do we hold? Can we go to 3,100? Of course we can. Of course, this chart can absolutely rip up today towards 3,100, 3,300 next one day, and then maybe a big move down. That's the reason I bought spreads for next week. At the $3,000 level, in case Amazon does end up going 100 points upward, so I can manage them better. Right, that way maybe I can buy back the 2,950 puts for cheaper and just hold the 3,000 puts, right? So I can manage them more than one way. And if the market goes red today, I'm just going to let you guys know, if Amazon breaks yesterday's lows and the market ends up going red, it's going to be a bloody day. I can tell you guys that this much from experience. And if we don't hold yesterday's lows, if we hold underneath yesterday's low, there's going to be a big move down. And the gamma report beautifully explains what's going to happen in the coming days. It has given us hints, all right? That slowly the market will take steps down, but it's just not going to go straight down, all right? There will be nice little steps down if it does go down, but for now, 4,400 on SPX will matter the most. Apple, another beautiful chart, a very clear toppy pattern here, right? Can Apple go visit 170, 169? Of course it can, and I think I will adjust my position there, meaning I may add more onto my bear call spreads. Basically bear call spreads, if you still don't understand what they are, by now you should. I'm just selling premium above these resistance points by protecting myself, and they're giving good ratios, right, with being far out of the money, and I'm taking them, right, while they last. Why not, right? Even if Apple stays here like this, choppy, even if it's green today, even if it's green tomorrow, as long as it stays under 170, 169, I don't care, right? It can do whatever it wants. And then slowly time decay is going to kick in. I'm going to make profits on my positions no matter what, right? That's why I'm doing bear call spreads. AXP, another name yesterday, which was up 35% when we did the bear call spreads on this. And these are the ones we did. This is a very, very clear double top pattern right here. Can I be wrong? Of course I can be. For AXP, I'm looking at the open interest. I'm telling you guys right now, there's been a flow coming in for the puts in the next 2-3 months. March has been getting some, April has been getting a lot, right? And then further out. So AXP is due for a move to the downside, I think. And if we quickly go on the monthly chart on AXP, let's just quickly go on the monthly chart on AXP and see what it's doing, just so we have a better view. Okay, so the monthly is extended. Monthly is somewhat extended, right? And now if we just close below this wick right here, 190, 188, we can definitely come test 180, lows of last month. Even if we come test 180, just the lows of this month alone, that's a big enough move down for puts to pay. All right, that's another $12 move to the downside. All right, even if we come test these lows and then reverse, who cares? But that $10 move, if you catch to the downside, that's a lot of money to be made. So AXP, definitely pay attention, is one of the charts which is strong in this market, and at the same time is giving us an opportunity for a potential short. All right, you can wait for a proper entry, you can wait for a weekly signal, whatever you want, whatever suits you, and based on that you can execute if you want. But on a daily, very clear double top pattern. However, if we hold above 195, bull case still possible. Just know these levels in case you have to stop at 198 plus is bullish. All right, maybe we visit 200. It's definitely possible that we come and tag 200 on AXP. It can definitely go green, tag here, make a toppy pattern, and then maybe flush lower, right? That's also possible. All right, Home Depot, something like this I'm saying on the daily pattern. something like this is possible, right? It's made a nice little toppy pattern, but then it went up, right? Got more, these people who were short probably stopped them out, and then it flushed again. All right, so something like this on AXP is possible, which means it can go to 198 and 200 and then maybe come down, right? So know these possibilities. So if you're playing AXP and it's a very good trade, it's a proper setup for a short in my opinion, and maybe buy some time. It might not work this week, it might not work next week, but in the coming weeks there's a good chance that it might work. All right, so AXP, keep an eye on it, guys. Home Depot got us upgrade. If you're an equity player and you like long-term equities, this is one stock which I would probably look to add around 300. All right, can it go lower? Of course it can lower, but Home Depot I think is a very safe stock for long-term in my opinion. Around 300, I think it's a buy equity. They also give dividends. Sometimes they also offer special dividends. So if you're an equity player, a long-term, Home Depot, you can look into it around $300. All right, so that's one of the stocks that I would recommend, and then maybe average down near 238 if we ever get there. It's possible, yes, it's possible if we do get to this zone right here. All right, but 300 will be the first scale-in point on Home Depot. Walmart hasn't been doing much. If we go on the weekly, this just reminds me of an Amazon chart that it maybe wants to break down once before going up. If the market is weak, then we can definitely tag the 200-day moving average on Walmart on the weekly, which by then will be around 125, 125-ish, I think 126 by the time we get there. So Walmart, also keep an eye on it if we tag the 200 MA, and it will be a beautiful play for a bounce. Right, Shopify, below 200 MA, a very beautiful bear flag after bear flag. First bear flag breakdown right here, the second bear flag breakdown here, and now the next is probably going to build support in this zone right here, which is roughly near 500. It's not me saying it, the chart's saying it, right? If we get there, it's probably going to build support and then see what the market says, what happens, then maybe we turn up higher, right? And unless we take over the 200 MA on the weekly here above 700 and we build a base here, then obviously much higher is possible, right? But even here, it's trading at 600, it can go to 500. It's pretty crazy, right? Tesla, a nice weekly bear flag. This bear flag is in the process of breaking down. We just need some news from the market or a big red day. Tesla is probably going to go pierce through the $800 level. Right now it's just holding onto the 50 MA on the weekly. And once we go through the 800, we're probably going to get to 700, 670 around these levels. It's not me, the chart is giving it to us, and it's likely going to work out, I think. Unless we reclaim this top levels of this right here, which is 920, then this bear flag will not exist no more. Then above 920, the bullish case or choppiness will remain. But for now, weekly bear flag is in play. Let's see how this one plays out. And then we have Facebook also came down a lot on the weekly support near 200. But then we know what they do to stocks. Sometimes they can take this much lower. Baba was the best example of 2021, right? Just like Baba was flushing last year around Jan Feb. We thought it was a great buy at those levels. Not really like the entire market, and I think I was wrong. Facebook is a great buy here, but at the same time, just know your downside levels. Just know that this is still a major support on Facebook, which happens to be 137, 140. All right, it sounds pretty crazy saying that Facebook's going to go there, but in the stock market, anything is possible. Facebook could be outperforming its competitor. It could be making the most money in the world, but the stock can still go down, right? One of the best quotes by Jeff Bezos. Some of our team members actually shared this on their Instagram. I was watching. Right? It's one of my favorite quotes. The stock is not the company is not the stock. Remember that. The company can outperform, they can do everything, but the stock price can still come down. Right? The company can be shit, they can miss all their earnings and revenues, and the stock can fly through the roof. All right. So know these things. And Google, one stock that I'm keeping an eye on to go long, not right now, but maybe in May, around May or late April, I'm probably gonna start adding some long-term spreads in it, because at that time I think the market may bounce. We might have some good positioning in the market, and Google can be a play. I think this play, I'm just patiently waiting for this because the split is announced, and it's gonna give us a 300 to 400 point run at least, I think minimum, before the split. And the question is just the entry, the right timing, and I'll probably go around April in Google. So let's see when that happens. And with this, guys, on voice chat, we will be trading live. Pay attention. There will be a lot of scalps called by a lot of people. SPX 4400. Remember, SPX 4400. We might go towards 4400, and then we see if 4400 is held or not. And Carlos, I did share my perspective on this gap up, right? It's just part of the market. That's how it works. And just rewatch the pre-market. It'll make more sense. But if you have the gamma report, please do watch it. That will make more sense. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys back in the chat. Manage risk always. Is Wednesday another expiry in the options?